So when you ask a kid, what's going on? What's wrong with you? What's going on? Why'd you hit him? Why'd you fight him? I don't know. When you ask a teacher, why do I don't know? If you've ever gone to a psychiatrist or a psychologist, just imagine going and sitting in front of someone that you're paying hundreds of dollars an hour, and they take a pen and paper out, and they look at you and go, good, tell me about your problems, what's going on. So maybe one person out of 20 might start like, oh, thank God, finally somebody to talk to, but most of the time it's like, and that's why psychology and psychiatry takes so long. Because to get the trust of another person and to go deep and peel the onions of your psyche to understand, it takes forever. So I don't bother doing that. If I have a little boy that's upset, I'm not going to say, why are you upset? What's going on? Because I don't know I'm going to get the right answer. And to them, they might feel like it's an attack. So I do something called projection. Projection is when you take the focus off of that individual and create another individual with similar characteristics to kind of walk through. And I got this when I saw one of my friends who was a guidance counselor using puppets. And tell me, now all of a second it's a puppet, now why do you think Joey does this? Everything, the floodgates just open. So I had a little boy named Joseph in one of my classes a long time ago. Actually, the story's in one of my books. And he wouldn't go into his classroom. He just refused to go into the classroom. He would stand outside. And the director brought me in because I was teaching karate, but she also knows that I kind of did a couple other things too, brain stuff. And she's like, can you help me? Because we're about to kick this kid out. And I'm like, okay. He just does whatever he wants, like a leader. Crazy. And it's like, well, does he know what his concept was? Does he know he's going to get kicked out? She's like, well, I mean, no, he'll just get kicked out. It's like, well, that kind of sucks. Like, if you did something illegal, there's a consequence. If you went through a red light, there's a cop. You're getting pulled over, and then you just do your best behavior management stuff, crying, yelling, bribing, whatever, and then, to get yourself out, just like the kids do. So I'm having a conversation with Joseph. The first thing I do, by the way, I called him Joey the first time, and he's Joseph. Yes, sir. I didn't even get into what he was doing. Didn't really know exactly what it was. I just said, Joseph, I need your help. I'm teaching at another school. There's a boy named Max. He's got the same dirty blonde hair as you, and he's got the same light-up Spider-Man shoes as you. Now, Joseph has that. So now, who is Joseph? Visual Joseph. Who is Joseph? Who is Joseph? Joe. I'm doing this to myself.
Joey.
No, I can't say Joey because he'll come in here. He's probably 28 right now. When I say I know another boy with dirty blonde hair and with light-up Spider-Man sneakers, who is he visualizing? Himself. This boy that I made up, his name is Max. I always use Max for a boy, Jennifer for a girl, because I will not get caught in a lie again with a child. Because I did that one time. He's like, didn't you say the guy? I'm like, huh? Like that. And he saw in my face. And that kid, just his program, his voice said, adult not trustworthy. He lied to you. Don't listen. And that's it. You're done. You're screwed. Unless you can create a way to get trust back. So I created a story. I go, listen, there's another little kid at a different school. His name is Max. He looks a little bit like, with the bear hair. And I really want to help him because he doesn't know what might happen. He runs in and out of his classroom all the time. Sometimes he doesn't even want to go in his classroom. And he doesn't know that if we don't figure out how to help him, one day his mommy is going to have to take him to another school that he has no friends, and he's going to be really, really sad. And Max doesn't even know that's going to happen because they didn't even tell him. So can you help me? And all of a sudden, I can see his green eyes. And he went like this, like, that could happen? Because, how many of you actually have told the kids with behavior challenges, you're going to be expelled from the school? Now, you don't do that. You don't think about that. So you're actually never giving the child a really true opportunity to change their behaviors. Because you never told them, listen, you're done. So what I'll say is, why do you think that Max keeps on running out of his classroom? Do you think, is it a teacher, is this and that? And he's like, I'm like, I want to make sure that he stays in the classroom because his friends are there. Do you think Max likes his classroom? Yeah. Do you think Max has friends? Yeah. Why do you think he keeps on running out? And then Joseph goes, maybe it's the spider behind the red door. And I went, That's interesting. Okay, we talked for a little bit, and then I'm like, all right, cool, just hang out here, make sure the director was there. Now, the way that this classroom is set up, it's got two entrances. Okay, so here's the entrance to the school, here's the foyer, like, entrance way, director's office behind this super obnoxious, huge aquarium. Joseph's classroom door is here, so as soon as you walk in, you're going into this door. But if you go around the hallway over there, it's a big classroom, there's another door. Guess what color that door is? How'd you know? And that door was right outside the old exit on how you get out to the playground, but they redid it, so now this red door is just left open. So what happens when you leave a door open forever and you're not closing it open? What could find a nice little spot to build a web? A spider. So yeah, so I go around and I look over, and there's a recluse, whatever, the nasty brown spider. And I took I'm the person that actually like helps. Like I literally saw a caterpillar this morning, no lie, like trying to cross the thing. I picked it up and I put it on a tree because it's butterfly, cute. So I go and I get the dishpan and I get the broom, and the teacher's looking at me like, what are you doing? This teacher's been there for a while. And I go and I'm just getting ready to build a spider. There's a spider there? I'm like, yeah, and I put the spider outside, and I went back and I started talking to Joseph again. I'm like, Joseph, can you tell me like what it looked like? Because I mean, there's a red door in your classroom on the other side. Maybe that's what the door looks like, but this door doesn't have a spider on it. And I just checked a couple of times, and Joseph went, huh? And he went, and he looked, and he looked, and he looked, and I opened the door, and I closed it, and he went to his classroom, and he's fine. We don't spend the time to find out what's going on. We have our voice that tells us how they should be, and these are things that you're taught. So I don't expect anybody to have that information. If you can teach your staff members how to do that, or even you model it for them, you will actually decrease, professional speaker, wow. Decrease the expulsion rate. And if a behavior change and behavior management gets better, that increases your teacher retention.